Welcome back to Builds Not Projects. This week we're back on the mower. I'm going to be doing the filming and the building in this video because Devin's still sick. So this time we're going to be working on some steering. We got this pile of parts here, steering rack and a tie rod kit, U-joints, quick connect, some bearings and such. So hopefully by the end of this video we'll have maybe some working steering or at least a good start on it. So we'll get started on that. So first things first, I need to go ahead and notch out the frame here, notch it down the front a little bit. That way I can get the steering rack to go in, because it's gonna have to come out the bottom like so. So we'll get that all cut out and then we can start building the rest of the mount for it. So we got the steering rack attached here. I built these little tab and 1-inch tubing support system for it, so it's nice and solid on there. It also angles slightly, so the U-joint isn't going to have to make as steep of an angle. And then it also had to lower it down just enough to clear the bottom of the oil filter housing, so we should be good there. Now we can keep building the 3/4 inch tubing that's going to run towards the back to attach to the steering wheel. Alright, so this here tubing is supposed to be 3/4 inch tubing, but it is a little bit too big to slip through the bearings and into the U-joints for the steering shaft. So I rigged up a makeshift lathe with a drill, some electrical tape, and now I take the angle grinder with a flap disc on it and just hit the end there until it's down far enough to where it all slides through. Comes out looking something like this here. So got to do another end there before I disconnect it from the drill, and then we can move on and do this other end on this one. Because of the tube not being able to slide down the bearing all the way, or the bearing not being able to slide down the tube, I guess, I'm going to have to go ahead and cut out this bottom section of plate right here in kind of a V. So then that way I can slide the whole shaft with the bottom bearing on through, because right now I can't get both bearings on there. So I'm gonna have to cut it so that way I can slide it through and then spin the bearing around and build a mount on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do now is get that cut out. So far, I've got the front U-joint tacked in place onto the first piece of shaft here that runs back. I got this bearing mount made. Basically just took a piece of flat stock, gave it a little bend on each end, tacked it in place. It's as tight as it can possibly be up against there. So that's looking good so far. Now we need to move on towards the back to the column. I'm going to use 2 U-joints in between the 2 there. So far the column is tacked in up above, and let's see here. So I got this plate put in, it's all tacked in place, and then now I just need to finish building the lower mount down there, and we should have a good start to a column there. Well, I was able to attach the original steering wheel. I just had to cut the sleeve off of it, and then it had a solid piece of round stock in there that I was able to just slip right into the new 3/4 shaft. I tried taking the steering wheel off of the original shaft, and it would not come off of there. It's completely rusted on. So the bolt portion of it is kind of screwed up to hold the steering wheel on, but I guess with how much I hit on it with a hammer and it didn't even move, I guess I don't have to worry about it falling off. So that works out good. It's even got the original little bellows thing there, and it's all connected now. So we got a full column up to the steering rack, and as I turn the wheel, the rack moves. So now all I got left to do is get the tie rod kit put in. Well, we got the steering hooked up, and it worked, so that's cool. I mean, it's gonna need some adjusting and such. Those tie rod lengths might not be quite right, but I think that steering setup's gonna work. So that's all we got time for this week's video. Thanks for watching, and my wife Megan ended up coming and helping me out for a little bit tonight, so I could try to hurry up and finish this up. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you already haven't, and also go check out the merch on the website at buildsnotprojects.com.